Let's be real. Learning Spanish as a no Sabo kid feels impossible. If I had to start from scratch today, here's exactly what I do. My name is Andre Garcia. I was born in the United States. I grew up a no Sabo kid. I learned Spanish in high school. And then now I am conversationally fluent. Puedo hablar con cualquier persona en situaciones diferentes. Y sí, honestly, during that time, like in high school, I learned the basics, but nothing really stuck. When you're in class, you just learn it because you have to. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the things that I would do differently if I had to start from scratch learning Spanish as a no Sabo kid. Learn the right words first, not from a textbook. The biggest mistake is trying to learn Spanish as a school subject, like learning it in school, because that takes the fun out of learning. Growing up, I played soccer, right? Did I go to classes for soccer? No. I literally just picked up a ball and played. I learned how to kick. I learned how to kick my laces. I'm not supposed to learn soccer by reading a textbook and saying, how do I kick a ball? How do I do this? That will discourage you more than actually help you. So do this. Learn the 10 most common phrases in Spanish. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Or you can say like, ¿puedo ordenar algo por la comida? Or ¿qué ofrecen? If you're in a restaurant, you know, stuff like that. Skip formal textbook learning, man. Just literally like read those and be like, oh, practice it right away. If I say, ¿dónde está la biblioteca? Literally ask Siri, ¿dónde está la biblioteca? Bro, pinche Siri, bro. Whatever, it doesn't, you know, whatever. You get my point, right? Just real quick, if you want to go from no Sabo to conversationally fluent, I offer a full guide video course. It's a top link in the description if you're interested. Now, let's get back to the video. Use real conversations as your guide. Make that a foundation. Use like simple phrases as your guide. That's how you start conversations. If you don't care that your Spanish sucks and you speak to anyone, like, yeah, speak as much as you want, but understand something, that immersion is the key to language learning. Let me say that again for all the fucking people, the no Sabo kids that don't want to hear this shit. Immersion is the key to language learning, to learning about your culture too. Immersing yourself completely. You have to like literally love it. I love it. Bro, I love listening to Spanish music. I'm just like, I feel out of place when I listen to English music like in the club or in a bar. Like I don't know these music because I listen to like, I only go to like the freaking Latino bars now because that's literally all I know now. Anyway, that's beside the point. Make Spanish a daily habit. Don't make it feel like a chore that you have to do. Like I said before, man, it's immersion. Immersing in what you like to do on a day-to-day. Ask yourself, what do I like to do on a day-to-day? Like, what do I do? Do I listen to music? Do I listen to podcasts? Do I read books? Do I speak to people? Because if that's the case, there's every single tool out there for you to learn, to do all these things. There's Tandem, there's Hello Talk for you to speak to people. I have playlists down below where you can listen to Spanish music that I've created, that I personally love to listen to. If you can relate to anything I'm saying, if you relate to my story, if you feel like we have the same connection, you'll probably like this music too, because I listen to calm music, bandas, corridos, reggaeton. I listen to all de cualquier tipo de canción. You know, that's what I listen to. I love it too. And I like reading too. Whenever I sit down calm, just like, I'll give you a tip. Change your phone to the Spanish language. Because think about it, we're always on our phone, right? We're always on our phone. So when you look at certain apps, you're gonna be like, oh, like I know what this app is, but I didn't know the name of it. Like for example, I never even knew, like, I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong, but settings is like, la palabra en español es configuración or something like that. That's the word. And I was like, oh, I never knew about that. Or like, this is when I'm at work or in the gym, I'm just like, oh, because there's an annual fee for the gym, whatever. I'm like, oh, like almost they say annual fee in español, and ChatGPT was like, oh, cuota anual, like that's how you say it. And I'm like, oh, and I always say like, hay un cuota anual, cuota membresía. I say stuff like that because it's always something that you have to include as well. Watch content you already like, man. If you find yourself watching YouTube, Netflix, movies, dude, I'm telling you right now, there's just as good as Netflix shows in English as there is in Spanish. Like, you just have to find them. Like, the one I like to watch right here is The Manny. I mean, that's just like, season 1 was goated. Like, I kind of like the more, I like the action, but honestly, I have a soft spot for like a little bit of a romance type thing too, because, you know, that's just me, bro. That's just me. Start speaking as soon as possible, even if you're bad, man. Even if you feel like you suck, bro. You can even speak to me. Puedo ayudarte con cualquier cosa para aprender, para escuchar, para hacer cualquier cosa con el idioma, con tu cultura también, porque es muy importante para aprender, muy importante para practicar tu español. Es muy importante, porque cuando tú comunicas con mucha gente donde vives, necesitas saber la idioma de español. Es importante, es muy importante, porque creo que hay latinos donde vives, ¿verdad? Entonces sí. And I speak to you like this because I show you that I do speak it. Obviously, I'm not just chatting shit. I do speak it. Yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, I understand more than I do speak it. And people think I'm first generation. Like, literally, people think I'm first generation. They're like, oh, your family was from Mexico. I was like, no. They're from, the United States. Oh, but your grandparents? No, they're also from the United States. It's not your fault that you were put in this situation, but always ask yourself, like, why is Dios putting you in this situation? No, it's for a reason. It's for a reason, and I believe that understanding and knowing your culture is important, because we all come from different backgrounds. We all come from a different story. I grew up in the suburbs, bro. Like, I didn't even know I was Mexican until like 10. Honestly, I didn't know. I didn't even know what race was until like 10, maybe. But that's not the point. Like, the point is, like, I've learned it. And everyone faces through adversity, and it's how you deal with it, what you do with it. Okay? Most of you, if you're no Sabo kid, you'll give up because you think you need tutors, people to like speak to, but that always ends up like people just like degrading you because they're like, whoa, why did you not learn Spanish, this and that? But I know where you're coming from, bro. Like, I know how it felt. Yeah, it's not a good feeling. How you deal with adversity, how do you deal with people doubting you? People still doubt me. I remember this lady literally telling me, like, this is getting unfiltered as fuck, so whoever's watching it, like, honestly, like, I don't even care anymore. It's my real people really watching it. I was at work and she was like, oh, ¿tú hablas español? And I was like, sí, lo hablo. And she started speaking like fucking, bro, you know how these Latinos speak, bro. They speak hella fast, And I was like, what? Like, what are you saying? Because I literally couldn't understand what you were saying because of, like, even in English, I wouldn't have understood what she said. Yeah, then afterwards she spoke to my manager because he can speak Spanish, and she told him, like, oh yeah, he doesn't speak Spanish, and she was talking about me. And like, obviously, yeah, like, that's just what she that's her opinion. But they don't know my story. Someone like that didn't know my story, and they didn't know that the people that, like, I didn't feel accepted, when I was a little kid, and when I would play soccer, like, I was like an outcast, or I'm still like, I'm really light skinned too. Like, people don't think I'm Mexican enough or whatever, but it's not about that, man. It's about really just becoming who you are, becoming who you are, and this is who I feel. I've always felt like this ever since I was a kid. I've always felt like Latino. I know it. I just wanted to share that because I think I may portray myself to be like I know everything, and that's not the case at all. Like, it's a lifelong journey of doing this. I'm never gonna stop, and I have a goal to really, really change culture, and to not forget your roots. And I think a lot of us do, and a lot of us do with, like, identity crisis. And pues quiero irse con esas cosas porque creo que es muy importante para hacer. Hago las cosas que hago. If you are interested, I do offer one-on-one coaching where, like I said before, everything I learn, I can help you become more immersed in your culture, but just become a better person too. I think we can all do things that are healthier in our life, and if you feel like you're at a loss or you need help, I'd be glad to help you. I just want to help. You can follow me on Instagram if you like. I am who I am. I don't hide it. I don't fake it. I'm just me. Soy Andre Garcia. Subscribe if you're new. Do what you do because of you. Haz lo que haces por ti, mis amigos. Okay? Adios. Ciao.